Imagine living in a home plagued by dampness, mold, and no heating, conditions no one should endure, let alone those who serve our country. But this has been the stark reality for thousands of military families across the UK. Now, in a move that's both long overdue and groundbreaking, the Ministry of Defence (MoD) is set to invest a staggering £9 billion to overhaul military housing over the next decade. This isn't just a facelift, it's the biggest renewal of armed forces housing in over 50 years, according to Defence Secretary John Healey. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about fixing homes, it's about restoring dignity and respect to those who sacrifice so much for our nation. The plan, part of the government's broader defense housing strategy, will modernize, refurbish, or rebuild nearly all of the MoD's 47,700 homes for military families. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite consistent complaints from service personnel, it took until 2022 for a policy change to deem damp and mold-infested homes unacceptable. A Commons Defense Committee report revealed that 2/3 of these homes needed extensive work to meet modern standards. So, while the £9 billion investment is a step in the right direction, it raises questions about why it took so long to address such dire conditions. Under the new strategy, Service Family Accommodation (SFA) will get much-needed upgrades, including new kitchens, bathrooms, and heating systems. Approximately 14,000 homes will either undergo substantial refurbishment or be completely replaced. This comes on top of the £4 billion already pledged to tackle the housing crisis. Additionally, the government has identified surplus MoD land that could be used to build 100,000 new homes for both civilian and military families, a move that could drive economic growth nationwide. Healey described the initiative as a decisive break from decades of underinvestment, but it's hard to ignore the stories of families who've suffered in the meantime. Nearly 3 years ago, the BBC highlighted the plight of families in Sandhurst who went days without heating. "We're at breaking point," they said. While the MoD promised improvements, a report last December found that many issues persist. Is this enough, or is it too little, too late? Adding to the complexity, the MoD recently reacquired 36,347 military homes from Annington Homes for nearly £6 billion, reversing a 1996 privatization deal. This move is expected to save millions in rent and maintenance costs, which will be reinvested into fixing military accommodation. But it also begs the question, why did it take a crisis to reverse a decision made decades ago? This ambitious plan is a step toward justice for military families, but it's also a reminder of the systemic failures that allowed these conditions to persist. What do you think? Is this investment enough to make up for years of neglect, or is there more work to be done? Let's keep the conversation going. Our military families deserve nothing less.